do the banks do when they suddenly start making a lot more money? It's an important question because higher interest rates, like we're almost certain to get from the Fed tomorrow, allow the financials to make a lot more money off your deposits. Among other things, I bet the banks use some of that money to upgrade their technology, buy new ATMs, improve security systems, and better software in order to fend off the competition. If that's the case, then this is a good time to check in with Diebold Nixdorf, symbol DBD, the largest manufacturer and servicer of automatic teller machines in the U.S. and many other countries, with a substantial physical security business and a new business selling software to banks and, more important perhaps, retailers, courtesy of their acquisition of Wincor Nixdorf, which closed over the summer. But while the bank stocks have been roaring higher, Diebold Nixdorf is still down nearly 20% year to date. And when the company reported a month ago, it gave pretty conservative guidance. Still, this is a company that's been trying to turn itself around. They've been cutting costs aggressively, and some of their largest customers are about to get a major boost. So is this the stock worth buying right here? Let's check in with Andy Mattis. He's the CEO of Diebold Nixdorf. Get a better sense of how his company's doing, where it's headed. Mr. Mattis, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Have a seat. Okay, I don't know where to begin because I like so much what you're talking about with the backlog and with retailing. But first, I just want you to tell our viewers that it's been a little bit rocky since the merger. You did say orders disappointed in North America and the product reset, but that now seems behind you. How are things going right now?
Things are going well.
Okay.
We just did the biggest transformational deal in the 157-year history of our company. We've acquired a company pretty much the same size of ours. We've increased our TAM, our total addressable market, by 50%, and we merged two big organizations. Right. So to be sure, Q3 was a little on the lighter side, and as much as you prepare for it, people do want to know who they're working for, customers want to get it reinsured. But after we're through with that, everybody is lined up, the teams are working. I've talked to 150 customers personally in the last weeks, and there's a lot of excitement out there in the market, and there's a lot of momentum building in the company.
Last night, there was a very important reorganization in Italy, a very big bank. And I know that you have European banks you say are key drivers. And this is the beginning of the recapitalization. These banks are getting much more liquid. Will that be good for Diebold Nixdorf?
That's a very good thing for us. If you take a look at our industry, there's four main drivers in the industry. It's digitalization, it's individualization, targeting a market of one, it is automation, and it's miniaturization. And we play on all four of those trends, and different theaters of operation have different drivers. Right. Europe is a great automation driver at the moment.
Well, talk to me about this Pepco, the omni-channel Eastern European retail chain. That seems like it's the store of the future to some degree.
It's the complete total store management. We do everything for the store. Everything that basically has a plug is being managed by Diebold Nixdorf. We do the electronic self-checkout. We do the recognition when you walk into the store. It's a great opportunity to do tomorrow's shopping, and you can experience it, and we provide the service around it.
Now, I mean, Amazon's coming out saying that they're going to do something like that, where you bring your cell phone, you don't have to have a checker. You're already there?
We're already there. We actually showcased that at Money 2020 in Vegas a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Not only can you check out through your phone, you can actually do your shopping list on your cell phone, go into the store, and the store will rearrange your shopping list to minimize the walkways that you have to do in a store so you can optimize your shopping time.
So you will be a competitor to Amazon on this?
Retail is the next innovation market. It's a big driver, and Amazon is clearly the 800-pound gorilla, right. But we're there, right there with them. And as they talk about delivering groceries
right.
to the end user, they're actually setting up kind of like digital refrigerator boxes, right. And that's another opportunity for us to provide automation to the industry.
Okay. Now, there were people who did like it for the dividend, and you had to change because you've changed your balance sheet. You've got a little more debt on, although less debt than I thought you would at this point. But will you start building back a dividend, right now, or is it better just considered a growth stock that is really just about trying to give you capital and not necessarily the income participation?
Well, we had to do the prudent thing.
Right.
We levered the company up nearly 4 times when we announced the deal. We're actually currently closer to 3 than to 4. We already paid down $200 million of debt, but our first priority is to pay down debt and be sustainably below 3x leverage of net debt to EBITDA. Okay. After that, we have all the options on cash usage going forward.
The competition, NCR, some people feel was able to take advantage of a glitch that you guys had just in terms of your of the combination. Are you taking back share from NCR, or is that just share that has been lost?
If you take a look at the global market shares, there's been very little movement between the two of us.
Okay.
We're the market leader in the Americas. We're head-to-head with NCR. In Europe, in most countries, we're actually number one, and we're both fighting in Asia against the local Asian competition.
Right. Okay, China headwinds, where are we now? Getting a little better, or is it just a tough moment?
It's a very tough moment, but we're the only Western player that actually did local joint ventures, so we're back at the starting line to re-enter the market and have a shot at what still is the biggest growth market in our industry.
Okay, one of the things that you mentioned, that store of the future, what is what's your thinking about automation versus people? You know, we've got this a new president coming in, and we're talking about saving jobs, but in a lot of ways, when I think about that store of the future, that doesn't need as many employees.
Well, the whole trend is that you use the human element for what it's meant for, which is consulting, advice, services, not repetitive administrative tasks. Right. There's roughly 3.5 million cashiers in this country.
3.5 million?
3.5 million. Just imagine the stores had 3.5 million advisors, right, how much their revenue would grow, and we help them to transition people from repetitive tasks into providing services to end consumers.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you came on. I know that the stock has been down, but it does sound like that you've got a 2017 roadmap that is pretty darn strong. That's Andy Mattis. He's president and CEO of the new Diebold Nixdorf. This is that combination of two companies that have now come together for what I think could be a very good 2017. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.